A second plane appears in the sky. The eyes of the world already focused on...
He said, I'm not scared of a germ. I used to snort cocaine off of toilet seats.
A great deal about the fantasy and the fears and prejudices of our time.
And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House! Ah!
Gotta have them ribs. And pussy too.
Apparently, according to you guys, there's nothing.
A second plane appears in the sky. The eyes of the world already focused on...
He said, I'm not scared of a germ. I used to snort cocaine off of toilet seats.
A great deal about the fantasies and the fears and prejudices of our time.
And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House! Ah!
Gotta have them ribs. And pussy too.
Apparently, according to you guys, there's nothing going on up here, but apparently, there's nothing going on in your brain either. Maybe I can bust my skull open so you guys can get a look inside mine. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. This is JAS Live Late Night. We're gonna keep doing what we did the other day whenever we did an afternoon show. However, a bit of an update down here. There is some information. It might go away in just a minute, and it might reappear on this side where the Discord information is. We are now doing donations for the stream, and in place of those ads down there, you may also see your message and your donation pop across the screen. So that is really exciting. And I think, could be wrong, but I think if you donate more than $5, it will actually read your message out loud on the screen. So we've got some cool new stuff going on. That's the only donation thing that I have going on right now. We don't have a donation goal. But by the time we come live again, we will have a donation goal. And I think last time we were on the air, we talked about a donation goal. There is the information on the screen right now to donate. We talked about a donation goal last stream to have me react to a very outlandish podcast that I filmed with Aiden Dunn and Logan Allred that never saw the light of day. It was a Xander brand podcast. And it never saw the light of day because we did not think it was good enough to make it to air. Maybe I could have Aiden and Logan hop on the stream and watch it with me. But yeah, that's it for me and my updates. We are actually going to do, and we got a cool new thing going on here. Watch this. Check this out. Boom! We got a brand new layout. Instead of looking like this, like we did last stream, we're now looking like this. Boom! Ha ha! Yeah. So we're gonna react and watch some things, talk about some things. Mainly this Jimmy Kimmel clip, because I'm only gonna be here for about an hour or so. So mainly I want to talk about this Jimmy Kimmel clip. Some people know that the president was had an assassination attempt on him. And so this kind of Jimmy Kimmel talks about it a little bit. I'm going to see if we can get it to load properly. Last time we had some problems playing video, so we're going to see if I can get it to do it this time. Uh-oh. Oh, we got it.
Sometimes you wake up in the morning and the first lady puts out a statement demanding you be fired from your job. We've all been there, right?
Okay, here we go. Now we got it. So we're going to start it over. We're also on Twitch now. Yeah, say hello, Twitch. It looks like we're not live on Twitch. It looks like there is an issue with the stream, which is not. It says that we're streaming. So I'm going to refresh this and see if this is working. YouTube's giving us some errors, which is also not good. We're here, though. I think we're live. I'm having to double check because things happen. Okay, I think we're live on Twitch, too. Awesome. It looks like we're doing pretty good over there. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gents. With a clip from, I'm going to see if I can put both these chats in. Well, I don't really need that window anymore, do I? I'm getting this figured out, guys. I don't know technology, apparently. No, I'm just trying to get my Twitch chat popped up into a chat stream. Pop out chat so that I can read it on stream as well. Let's see if I can. Tools. Let's see. Custom browser dock. There we go. Twitch chat. Throw that in a little thing. Okay. Uh-oh. I don't know the login for my Twitch. Let's hope I can guess it. Oh, they sent me an email. See, guys, this is what happens whenever you just decide moments before you go on the air that you're going to go on the air. This is what happens. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I have all of my chats set up. Uh-oh. Here we go. Let's see. Ladies and gents, we're going to get this going up in just a few seconds. I'm just trying to set it up so that I can see both of my chat windows, because I just enabled Twitch the other day, and I was like, all right, this was actually after I went live. I was like, I'm just going to go live again today, and then I didn't, and I forgot to set up to where I could read the Twitch chat on air while I'm doing the show. There we go. There we go. Now we are on Twitch. I almost spelled Twitch wrong. Woohoo, now I'm in the chat too. Okay, cool. So, we're going to continue this video of Jimmy Kimmel. See, the best Jimmy on late night, I don't know. That's a very good question. Anyways, Jimmy Kimmel is going to take us away. Let's see. See, Jimmy. Come on, let's talk. I want to hear what you got to say, bud.
You know how sometimes you wake up in the morning and the First Lady puts out a statement demanding you be fired from your job?
Can't say I've had that happen to me. Cannot say... No, I can't say I've been there.
Yeah, sure. What a day. As you know, they had to cancel the White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington on Saturday night after a man with multiple guns and knives crashed the party and may have shot a Secret Service officer. Fortunately, the guy was wearing a bulletproof vest and is okay. They're not sure exactly what happened, but they got the guy. He was charged today. No one was hurt, thank goodness. A lot of people were shaken up on a night that is supposed to be lighthearted. The White House Correspondents' Dinner, if you don't know, it used to be an annual event before Trump showed up, but every year they'd have a comedian roast the room. The president, the vice president, members of the press, everybody got roasted. I did it once. It was a lot of fun. But this year, they said no comedian. We're bringing in a mentalist instead.
Because Trump can't handle comedy. We've been there. We've talked about this. Trump can't handle comedy. Trump can't take being roasted, which is crazy.
So on Thursday, 3 days before the event, in order to keep that cherished tradition alive, I did my own version of the Correspondents' Dinner on my show. I put on a tuxedo.
I saw this. It's funny.
We had an audience of luminaries. We used old footage of the Trumps, of Pete Hegseth, J.D. Vance, Kid Rock, Vanilla Ice, all the members of his cabinet. And we made it seem like they were all together in a room. We had a little roast. Again, this was Thursday, and there was no big reaction to it until this morning when I greeted the day facing yet another Twitter vomit storm. And
Damn.
called to fire me from our First Lady, Melania.
This sounds familiar. It's almost like Jimmy Kimmel has gone through this before.
Trump saying I should be fired because of a joke I made, again, 5 nights ago. It was a pretend roast. I said, our First Lady Melania is here. Look at her, so beautiful. Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow, which...
Say this, and to be fair, I think it was in bad taste, in my opinion, but I also don't think he should be fired or thrown off the air for this, but whatever.
Obviously was a joke about their age difference and the look of joy we see on her face every time they're together. It was a very light roast joke about the fact that he's almost 80 and she's younger than I am. It was not...
You do have to admit, coupled with everything that happened, again, probably not the best taste.
By any stretch of the definition, a call to assassination, and they know that. I've been very vocal for many years speaking out against gun violence in particular, but I understand that the First Lady had a stressful experience over the weekend, and probably every weekend is pretty stressful in that house. And also, I agree that hateful and violent rhetoric is something we should reject. I do, and I think a great place to start to dial that back would be to have a conversation with your husband about it, because...
Damn, he's about to do it. He's about to show some clips.
I also should point out, Donald Trump is allowed to say whatever he wants to say, as are you, and as am I, as are all of us, because under the First Amendment, we have, as Americans, a right to free speech. But with that said, I am sorry that you and the president and everyone in that room on Saturday went through that. I really am. Just because no one got killed doesn't mean it wasn't traumatic and scary. And we should come together. And
absolutely. I agree with him on this.
To believe that a joke I made 3 days before this dinner had any effect on anything that happened? Well, then maybe someone should look into this psychic lady, too.
This speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny.
About this, we talked about this on the stream the other day.
Be furious when she hears that. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Levitt who will be furious. This was like deja vu for me today with all the news channels talking about this. Brian Stelter of CNN noted, incorrectly I think, that no one from the White House was specifically calling for my head. This is this morning. I guess the First Lady doesn't count. But whatever the case, the president cleared that up pretty quickly.
The administration's calling out Kimmel, trying to pressure ABC, but they're being careful, I think, not to explicitly demand that ABC punish him, despite the rhetoric that sometimes becomes very incendiary from the White House, and yes, is also incendiary from the left. These stress tests have been passed, and we've not seen demands for silencing be followed through by government censorship.
Yet.
Well, Brian, just as we were speaking, the president actually put out a note demanding that Jimmy Kimmel be fired.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. I love when people are like, well, this thing hasn't happened, and then they show a clip of it actually happening. That's that is hilarious.
Forget everything I just said. You know, really is a shame, because there was a time not so long ago, back in 2010, when, believe it or not, we sent our man Yaya to a Samsung promotional event in New York where we learned that Donald Trump was a very big fan of mine.
Hi, Mr. Trump. How are you, sir? What are you doing here?
Well, I'm here to support Samsung and their 3D plasma television.
Do you want
But
to...
I'm also here to support Jimmy, because I love Jimmy.
Oh, really? Do you now? Do you really love Jimmy?
Show?
Well, you know what? I happen to love Jimmy. Let's do it. Okay. Come on.
Well, no. Sadly, his love for me went the way of the Samsung 3D plasma television. Anyway, what happened on Saturday at an event supporting the First Amendment, by the way, it was so crazy to watch. After the gunman was captured, there were so many well-known people in a room together, and there were cameras on everyone at all times, all the journalists. Everybody grabbed their phones, immediately went into reporter mode. It was like a reverse Clark Kent. Like, he goes... But the dinner was filmed by more different iPhones from more different angles than the Torah portion of a bar mitzvah. This is video of the Secret Service moving Stephen Miller and his wife out of the room, followed by RFK Jr. getting whisked away while his wife, Cheryl Hines, is in...
We talked about this, too. I don't think we showed Cheryl Hines being drug along, but... It's funny. It's funny.
The proverbial dust.
Okay, sorry, I was doing that for copyright reasons.
Everyone was in panic mode. While most of the attendees were taking cover, one guy who turns out to be Wolf Blitzer's agent, watch him in the bottom left corner of your screen.
And the journalists all in the house seated very quietly watching this.
And remember who is in the room. Secretary Pete Hegseth is in that room. You've got Scott Bessent in that room. You have Tulsi Gabbard in that room. You, of course, have J.D. Vance in that room.
We talked about how much Tulsi Gabbard pissed me off the other day, right?
White House Correspondents' dinner is where we are presently broadcasting from.
We're going to have a little bit of salad. That, by the way, that would be a great commercial for Hidden Valley Ranch. Get that agent an agent. And while salad was being scarfed, this woman was, I don't know, stocking up for the hotel room. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I saw this too, but to be fair,
Just found a new assistant.
that's fucking crazy. No, so I find that fun. I find that funny because a lot of people were shitting on the reporters, and they were like, well, this is what the liberal media does. They pay for this. They pay for memberships to the White House Correspondents Organization that hosts these events, because the White House does not host these events. The White House correspondents themselves do. So they, in a way, paid for this alcohol, and why not? Like, why let it go to waste?
Speaking of Cash Patel, you know, Cash Patel's the head of the FBI, but somehow we wound up outside afterwards, I don't know, calling his Uber driver, trying to get his mom to come pick him up. He seemed kind of lost. A lot of people were just lost. They didn't know what to do. For a while there, it was unclear as to whether the dinner would be canceled or not. People were just waiting around. Then finally, the president of the White House Correspondents Association took the stage to say, yes, the dinner is canceled, and get to work.
The president will be having a press briefing at the White House in 30 minutes. That is not a joke.
The only thing that aren't jokes anymore are jokes, okay? It was very strange seeing all the news people who were at the event then reporting on the story in their tuxedos and ball gowns. It's like if a basketball player wore his jersey and shorts to dinner after the game. The president, one thing about Donald Trump, there's nothing he can't turn into a real estate opportunity. He immediately turned this into an argument in favor of his ballroom. He wrote, this event would
this is crazy. One of our viewers, Steven, he actually mentioned this because this was something that, like, a lot of people were pointing out that, like, it's crazy that he wanted the ballroom and he was able to just, like, be like, we need the ballroom after what happened. I will repeat what I said on the other stream the other day. I do not believe this was planned, staged, a hoax, or anything like that. It's not the time for conspiracy theories, but I do think that it is a crazy coincidence, right? That this happened.
Currently under construction at the White House. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm afraid that top secret ballroom is no longer top secret.
Right, exactly.
If it was, he'd be storing it in the shower at Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, that was a deep one.
I have to admit something. I don't believe for 1 second that the reason he decided to build this ballroom is for security. But this was a pretty good argument for building. I might be pro-ballroom now, weirdly, after this. That way, if anything terrible ever happens, at least they can dance. Less than 24 hours after calling on Americans to resolve our differences and praising the warmth he shared with the press on Saturday night, Trump sat for an interview / future $80 billion lawsuit with Norah O'Donnell of 60 Minutes.
This was crazy. He called her a disgrace.
I'm no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my...
Oh, this is funny. This is funny.
What's your reaction
Well,
to
I
that?
was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people. Horrible people. Yeah, he did write that.
You're horrible for asking me the question that I knew you were going to ask me.
I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Her response is crazy.
Oh, you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me.
Norah O'Donnell, everybody.
General isn't going great when you have to say, I'm not a rapist and I'm not a pedophile.
You should be ashamed of yourself reading that, because I'm not any of those things.
Mr. President,
and I
these
was
are the
never,
gunman's words.
Excuse me. You shouldn't be reading that on 60 Minutes. You're a disgrace. But go ahead, let's finish the interview.
The other thing that he wrote in
You're
the
disgraceful.
I guess the honeymoon with the press didn't last. It was fun for 11 hours, but today the President and First Lady welcomed King Charles and Queen Camilla, who arrived at the White House for what is scheduled to be a 4-day visit to the United States. Despite the obvious security concerns, the King decided to go ahead with the trip. He said he'd be damned if he lets anything stand in the way of him finally getting his hands on one of those Doritos Locos Tacos from Taco Bell. And we're very hospitable. We wanted to make sure the King's visit was fun, so we went out onto Hollywood Boulevard to get opinions from folks on the street about some things Charles did while he was here, even though he hadn't arrived yet, and we made all the things up for a special King Charles edition of Live Witness News.
I'm sure you've seen the clips. King Charles is in America right now.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff. Oh, so, that he's here on something about like on Instagram that his like wife is what's it called? She's like some celebrity or something, and he's coming over here to Hollywood.
She's a Kardashian.
Yeah.
What did you think of the viral clip of King?
I think the person was confusing him with Harry, Prince Harry.
Charles cutting the line at Disneyland over the weekend.
I think he needs to get to the back of the line. Everyone needs to wait in line at Disneyland. It doesn't
Disneyland is great. I love that.
Your right to cut the line at Disneyland, King Charles. There's only one king at Disneyland, and that is Mickey Mouse.
Fair point.
Well, what did you think when King Charles gave Donald Trump the first ever Buckingham Peace Prize?
Well, that was bullshit.
Man, that was bullshit.
I saw that clip. Was there something you said to the TV?
Yeah, like what the I mean, how is this possible? This corrupt ass He's just an orange clown. I have the right to say it no matter who is offended. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm giving you my...
He's got a point. First Amendment.
King Charles on Venice Beach shirtless. Did you think the king would have so many back tattoos?
When I think of King Charles with the tattoos, I never thought he would even have a tattoo. I don't even have a tattoo myself.
Here's one with meaning. It's Calvin peeing on the 13 original colonies. Is that cool for a king to have?
No, that definitely is not cool to have that tattoo, especially a king of England. Yeah. It's, you know, it's very immature. The king of England is a he's just like a pimple waiting to be popped.
Your opinions are so strong. I want to crown you the king of Hollywood Boulevard.
My lord, well, hold on now. You don't do the cane. Make sure the cane really...
What would you,
This is good. I love this.
like to say to the king of England?
Get the out this country. Go home. Learn you some other manners. When you come into my house,
Ooh.
you take your shoes off at my show.
Damn.
That you around with. I'm not
Damn.
life and put common sense in your head.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
America, John Lovett is here. I will be right back with Anthony Anderson.
All right, where's our window so we can... Oh, so we got another clip coming in. This happened at a cabinet meeting recently. I believe it was a recent cabinet meeting. It's not the first time, but I saw it on TikTok, and I was like, this is so, like... This is what I was talking about the other day whenever I'm like, they're such hypocrites over in the other party. Here's the clip of sleepy Donald Trump. I realized we also didn't play the Dictator Donnie intro, so I would like to play that just for good measure.
A second plane.
Gold-plated gospel from the resolute throne. JD grin stage left like the kingdom's home. Susie keeps the metronome. Stephen draws the lines. Caroline can Febreze a landfill into shine. They sell you fear with the star-spangled grin. Call it order while the guardrails cave in. Donnie wants a crown, but he calls it common sense. A bargain bin strong man wrapped in grievance and pretense. Dictator Donnie, pounding on the balcony rail. Cabinet karaoke while the safeguards fail. Sharpie like a tambourine, every lie gift wrapped in a patriotic sheen. Dictator Donnie, all that gold paint peels when the lights hit town. Dictator Donnie.
Nobody has done more for the black community than Donald Trump. I am the least racist person, with the exception, possible exception, but the exception of Abraham Lincoln. I can't even see the audience because it's so dark.
It's so dark. Okay, so we have a clip of the president at a cabinet meeting. Are you guys ready for a cabinet meeting? I don't think you are, because I don't think you're going to expect this. For the second time in his career as in this term as president, this is what Donald Trump was doing at a cabinet meeting. Watch him just, like, fall asleep, bro. That's crazy. Look at him. He's just going... Oh, you guys can't see it for whatever reason. That's not cool. Where are we at? Why can't you guys see this? Oh, why is it doing this? Oh, come on, guys. It doesn't save it, which is weird. Okay. Here is the president. Oh, look at him. He's just falling asleep. This would be like me doing the show, me doing this.
One in three saying dedicated team of scientists helped save the president's life. Also delivered the first of its kind gene therapy, known as autonomy. So Travis can now hear his mother, as she told you, tell disruptive biotech innovation and all the good that he can bring.
That's what he's doing. So this is Sleepy Donald Trump, who called out Sleepy Joe Biden for falling asleep constantly. And now he's doing it. I saw a clip the other day. I gotta find it. It's a Family Guy clip. I saw a clip the other day. Yeah, let's see if we can find this clip. It's funny. It's a funny clip. This is what it's like to argue with conservatives. Oh, it is storming outside. A big old thunder drop. My cat just opened up my bedroom door. That's fun. I'm going to try to get him out of here. Go on, bud. Go on. Go on. I need you to get out. So you don't start... Yep, I hear you. Yeah, you can quit messing with things, okay? I love you, but you got to quit messing with things, cat. Ah, shoot. I had the clip. Here we go. This is funny. I know we don't have much longer of the show. It's a short show tonight. We were just doing our thing. Let's play this. Let's play this clip. Okay, you got to be quiet, cat. They're trying to watch this clip. This is what it's like to argue with the conservatives. This coming up clip. It's gonna play in just a second. I think. I hope. Ooh, maybe, maybe not. Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna play? Here we go. Maybe. Nope, we're not gonna play. That's crazy.
Have to look it up. It's common knowledge. He was on the cover of People.
Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here's what it's like to argue with conservatives.
He was on the cover of People magazine when the movie. Everyone knows Kevin Bacon was a star of Footloose. It was a huge movie. He was the lead. No.
Let's play that again. I find that clip very fun. It's not wanting to play, so this is actually kind of pissing me off.
People magazine when the movie. Everyone knows Kevin Bacon was a star.
Here it is. Here's the full clip. I didn't play the full clip. Oh, no, it's not. Here it is.
Sorry, Kevin Bacon wasn't in Footloose.
What? Of course he was.
No, he wasn't. You lose.
Where's your
Of course he
source?
was the star.
Nope, you're wrong. Look it up.
I don't have to look it up. It's common knowledge. He was on the cover of People magazine when the movie. Everyone knows Kevin Bacon was a star of Footloose. It was a huge movie. He was the lead. No.
That's basically what it's like to argue with conservatives, right? Anyways, let's see. What else would we have on the docket for today? I'm not trying to just do like an overtly political show. It's just happening. I keep having to do these because that's what people want to talk about. Okay, so this is what happened after the FCC, after the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing came about. Let's see if I'm going to see if I can pull up an article and read it. It's been a minute since I've gotten to do one of these. Let's find. Yeah, we'll look at this source. Let's look at this source. Here we go. We're going to interact with it. Pull it up over here. So, sorry guys, I'm just trying to pull up the whole article. Why does it look like that? Oh, I guess because there's no background on it, right? Well, I don't know why it looks like that. Okay. So here we have the Federal Communications Commission, which is the FCC, ordered several television stations owned by Disney to refile their broadcasting licenses within 30 days amidst a squabble over ABC content that includes Houston-based KTRK. It also includes my local affiliate that is in Raleigh, I believe. On Tuesday, they issued an order saying that Disney may have violated the Communications Act of 1934 and FCC rules, including the agency's prohibition on unlawful discrimination. As part of the order, 8 television stations, including KTRK, must file for their license renewal by May 28th. This order comes after a political fight we showed earlier on the show over a joke made by Jimmy Kimmel, a late-night comedian whose shows air on ABC, which is owned by Disney. Kimmel referred to First Lady Melania Trump as looking like an expectant widow. Trump called for Kimmel to be fired for the joke. Let's see, a representative, which is also referred to as ABC 11, declined to comment. A spokesperson for Disney, speaking on behalf of all 8 stations, said the company stood by its content. We are confident that the record demonstrates our continued qualifications as licenses under the Communications Act and First Amendment are prepared to show that through the appropriate legal channels, spokesperson said in a statement, our focus remains, as always, on serving the viewers in the local communities where our stations operate. The broadcast licenses were originally scheduled for renewal between 2028 and 2031. The FCC and its chair, Brendan Carr, had previously been at odds with Disney after Kimmel made a joke about the assassination of Turning Point USA co-founder Charlie Kirk in September. Kimmel was briefly suspended from his role by Disney after Carr called for reining in broadcasters while speaking on a podcast. The FCC also made headlines in Texas when Democratic Senate candidate James Tallarico was set to appear on CBS's late-night program hosted by Stephen Colbert. Carr called for ending an exception for talk shows to provide equal time commitments to candidates in a political race, citing that guideline, which is not an official policy. CBS allegedly blocked Colbert from airing the interview on the network. He aired it on YouTube instead. Also, some update on the David and Celeste story to kind of close out the show. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Sorry, guys, I'm just pulling up the article really quick. It's a CBS News article. Don't know that I want to keep supporting them, but okay. Here is, we have a video, I think. Let's see if we can watch the clip. Maybe not. Do. Come on. Where we at? Where we at? Let's see. I'm going to see if I can pull up a video via YouTube, maybe. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do, guys. I'd like to react to the video talking about it rather than react to... Here we go. This is the clip from CBS. Can we load it? Control in. Let's see if we can get it to pop on up here. Let's see what we can do. This has been a really fun show so far. Once again, another slow show, a short show. Let's see if we can get the whole clip. They never played the whole clip, but we're going to see if we can get the whole clip. Maybe. Potentially.
Charged with murdering his parents.
CBS LA's Hunter Sowers.
Let's see if we can... It's not showing on the actual thing, which is quite annoying, actually. Come on. Let's see. Maybe.
Today, singer David accused of killing a 14-year-old girl and Nick Reiner charged with murdering his parents.
CBS LA's Hunter Sowers begins our coverage from downtown.
Okay, so it's not showing on the stream. That's very crazy. Why would it not pop up? Let's try this again.
LA, where we just learned
It's not showing.
details in the David case. Hunter.
What is going on?
Some really disturbing details here, and it really is the first hearing the
There we go.
lay out their case as
There we go.
David Burke. They
I need to figure out why it's doing this. Whenever I load up, like, the full screen application, it doesn't work right for some
Good
reason.
evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Rudabeh Shabazi.
And I'm Juan Fernandez in for Pat Harvey tonight. We begin with breaking news. 2 high-profile murder cases in court today. Singer David accused of killing a 14-year-old girl and Nick Reiner charged with murdering his parents.
CBS LA's Hunter Sowers begins our coverage from downtown LA, where we just learned graphic new details in the David case. Hunter.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Rudabeh. Some really disturbing details here, and it really is the first time that we are hearing the prosecution lay out their case as to how David Burke, they say, murdered Celeste Rivas Hernandez. It's also the first time...
Some details, finally.
...possible motive behind those actions.
And a motive.
New court filings today outline disturbing allegations from the prosecution claiming David Burke went to great lengths to murder, dismember, and then conceal evidence after the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. They claim David snapped after Celeste began getting jealous. He was seeing other...
So, for those of you that are unfamiliar, she was found, her body was found in the trunk of his Tesla. And, It took a while for him to finally get arrested and charged. I guess it just takes time to prove and everything, but
She's threatened to make their relationship public, which started when she was a minor, claiming he knew it would end his career and destroy his life.
I don't know. Just look at the president of the United States. Can't cancel me off the air. I am not controlled by the FCC, okay? The FCC may not let Eminem be him, but the FCC can't stop me from being me.
Pending album and world tour, they say he killed her to keep her silent. They say among evidence they plan to present in court, proof he bought 2 chainsaws, body bags, and other tools to
I'm sorry, you needed 2 chainsaws to kill her?
blue plastic pool to conceal any blood that might spill onto his
Why did he put her in the car then?
However, they claim to have found Rivas Hernandez's DNA in his garage.
So really graphic details, but also what David did to cover up these purchases, buying them through an alias.
Documents also claim the links David went to in order to pursue the teen. Before her death, Celeste's family first reported her missing to the Riverside County Sheriff's Department in February. Detectives questioned David about her whereabouts. He claimed to not know she was 13. After she returned home on February 24th, her parents took away her cell phone. That's when the prosecution claims he gave a kid in junior high
That's wild.
$1,000 a cell phone that he purchased.
Isn't that how Epstein got caught? Weren't, like, children in high school talking? And, like, a parent heard about it? Anyways.
Keep communicating.
And on that cell phone, they would exchange sexually explicit images, talk about pregnancy, abortions, Plan B, birth control. I mean, this
okay,
is
this
something
is
that is appropriate
strange.
for any young teenage girl. It's gonna be
We are back. The stream cut out, but we are here. Apparently we're not here because my video is not showing up. Uh-oh. That's not good. OBS crashing. I think now it's crashing again. You guys may or may not be able to hear me. I just don't know. We good? Everything all right? Maybe? Maybe not? Are we cutting to a different camera now? No? Okay. There we go. Now we're back. Took a minute. We're going to finish up this clip before the show ends. Of course, the show decided it wanted to goof up there for a minute, but I think we're back on both Twitch and YouTube, so that is good news.
Actually made a motion in court to try and keep the details of that filing sealed so the public would not be able to learn those details. The judge ultimately denying that request. When it comes to when we will see David Burke back in court, he said just 2 words today to that judge, yes, ma'am, when she asked if he agreed with a May 26th preliminary hearing. We're reporting live downtown tonight. Hunter Sowards.
Yeah, I think that's hopefully she gets justice. I think that is important. It's a very important thing is that she gets justice for what happened to her. I mean, obviously, like, I hope he didn't do it, but also, like, if he didn't do it, that means somebody else did it and they're out there, so that's not good. But yeah, I think that's all of the stories and videos that we wanted to watch tonight. We have been on the air for a good little bit. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully in the next show you guys donate. There's some more information down here on donations. Donate there, donate at that link, and maybe we can start a donation goal next time I go live. Hopefully it's a little bit more planned and a little bit more organized, but yeah. So I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye. I love all of you guys so much. Bye.